There has never been a more crucial time for mental health awareness. Everybody says it. Teachers, counselors, doctors, they're all seeing the effects of stress and anxiety on adults and children, and it's only growing. Dr. Richard Whitaker from Vera French is here now today, hosting a conference on Friday called Mental Health for Healthy Living. And it really is true. It's been never more important than now.
That is so true. You know, mental health is really the foundation for healthy living. It's what gets us up in the morning. It's what keeps us exercising, eating right, going to school, doing all the things that are good for us. Without your mental health, that all starts to go away.
I saw a good, I know we're supposed to shift a little bit and not just call it mental health, but brain health. We talk about the health of, you know, taking care of our hearts, taking care of our muscles, taking care of our bones, but our brain is the central, I mean, it's our computer that runs our lives.
Right, your brain is an organ and it requires oxygen, it requires food. I mean, we've got to take care of our brain just like we take care of our heart, our lungs, our muscles,
so
our skin.
Let's look at it more that way, because I think in the old days, remember, Richard, when we talk about, oh, that's just in your head. Like it's not real, right? Oh, that's all in your head. And that was a way of telling someone what you're feeling isn't true.
Yeah, and actually, ultimately, it is all in our heads. I mean, our entire healthy outlook, our reason for being, it does depend on a really high-functioning brain.
Yes, because think of the times you're under stress, and so now we're going to talk about the term burnout. The times you're under stress for whatever reason, and it makes you sick. It makes you feel terrible all over your body. So that's part of what the conference is about, is that, you know, that overall healthy aspect of fighting fatigue. Do you call it compassion fatigue?
Yeah, so many caregivers, people who are taking care of children or taking care of an elderly parent, they give and give and give, and sometimes you just kind of get burned out. And Chris McCormick-Priest, one of our longtime nurse practitioners, she's just been with Vera French for years and years. She knows all about how to help people get past that caregiver fatigue, that compassion burnout, when you just can't give anymore. But you know what? Maybe you can if you take care of your mental health.
If you take care of yourself. We have an example of what will be shared this Friday at the conference. This slide that talks about burnout. What are the consequences of burnout? There's that compassion fatigue you just mentioned, Doctor. How does that relate to burnout? Which, you know, I guess it makes sense when you're at the end of your rope, right? It's fatigue and burnout, both.
Right, right. So many times when you're giving and you're not taking care of yourself, that is a recipe for disaster. And ultimately, we can't sustain it unless we continually, in a way, sharpen that saw, keep ourselves healthy and keep our own motivation up, which is not going to happen when you start to feel depressed and
well,
all
the
of that.
moral distress it mentions here, the impact of the pandemic is a whole other category, and recovery and resilience. Practical tips for professionals, so people who work in this mental health industry, and for parents as well.
Right, nurses, doctors, dentists, hygienists, anybody who's taking care of other people at times needs to do a little bit to take care of self.
Right.
And Chris McCormick-Priest is going to talk to us all about that.
That's the morning session, and in the afternoon, Dr. John Medina is going to speak.
Yeah, Dr. Medina is just so good at neuroscience and knows his stuff in terms of how the brain works, specifically how the teenage brain and the parenting brain sometimes seem like they're at odds, and yet if you can understand and decode how those work, you can help people to get along better and to work the way each other works.
This session's called Decoding the Adolescent Brain and the Parenting Brain. Now, if he can explain that, he can save the world right there, right there. So this is the Mental Health for Healthy Living Conference, which is on Friday, which you guys are hosting with Vera French. It's at the Waterfront Convention Center. Is this for everybody, Doctor, or who do you recommend attend this?
This is literally for anybody who is interested in improving their own ability to be a good caregiver, or just wants to understand a little bit more about mental health for healthy living. It is free.
Free.
If
It's free.
if you can believe it, it is free.
That's huge.
And we've only got about 11 more slots open.
Oh,
We have
okay.
had a tremendous outpouring of interest in this.
I'm so glad.
We might be able to squeeze a few more in. If
Okay.
you know, we have too many come, we can maybe set up a few more chairs. But we are excited about having these two great speakers and
Yes.
getting together after the pandemic and learning about our mental health.
And then all the time, Vera French is a wonderful local resource that you can use, whether you go to this conference or not. Yeah,
We've got so many services and,
my goodness.
professionals that are able to help. And same-day access. You don't have to wait in line. You can get right in the very day you decide, I need to go get help.
That's the most important thing you said, right there. Yes. So if you go online, you can find it right. The Vera French
MHC.org.
.org, and then that way you can get in. You could get an appointment with a pro that day if you find you're really in trouble. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Doctor, good to see you.
Great to be here. Thank you.
Happy May to you and all of us.
Thank you.